Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Raymondo Family Adventures. So, today we are going to attempt to fly from Bridlington, and we're going to fly all the way up to Whitby. Okay, so just to give you a little bit of a heads up, I've had massive problems with the connection. This is like my third attempt at this recording now, so we're trying it again, guys. I'm just hoping it's gonna be okay and it's gonna work. But I say I've had problems all day, but we'll give it a go, guys. Try and get up the coast. Now I'm wondering now whether I ought to just set my flight conditions back to live, because the weather's actually really good today. So we'll give it a try, guys. The weather's actually really good at the moment. As you can see, I'm recording this on the 3rd of October, but obviously you'll be seeing it much later than that. But you're getting a real indication of what the weather's actually like today. So apparently I'll have to keep checking the stream, because let's say I've had problems. So far, guys, it seems good. So this is one that Malky's been waiting for and looking forward to. So it's quite early in the morning, guys. Well, let's get off up in the air. So we are facing the opposite way. I want to spin it round to show you Reighton Sands. So we'll turn it this way, because I really want to take you around to Reighton Sands. Which I've set as a custom marker point anyway. Let's get this off. Okay. Oh. Got a good rate of climb. Let's get this map off. We know where we're going. So what we're going to do, guys, first thing we're going to do is we're going to check out Reighton Sands. So we're heading straight to the main road, straight over to where Reighton Sands is. This is a haven site, guys, on the east coast of England. And you've got Reighton Sands, and then you have Reighton Gap. Now, I know that Malky himself likes to come here, and to be honest, I don't think Reighton Sands is a site I've actually been to before. I certainly wouldn't mind going and visiting. And my Haven sites do quite well on YouTube. I just wish I had time and money to be able to afford to go and visit them all. Because if I did, I would. But unfortunately, I don't have that luxury. So, so the first site we're coming over, guys, is Reighton Sands. So this is a, like you say, I can see why Malky likes coming here, because these caravans are right on the coast. You do get a really good view out to sea. Just quite a small site, really, but it also is quite impressive as well. And it's got a little now, Malky, question for you: is that a path down that takes you down to the beach there? Because looking at it from this angle, it certainly looks like one. Now I know that's Reighton Gap. It's called Reighton Gap, isn't it? But I'm not 100% sure. Is that a path down? Is there a way down to the beach from here? It's got a nice golf course next to it as well. I'm assuming if you've got a dog or whatever, you can walk around the outskirts of the golf course like you can at most Haven sites. But yeah, it's a nice little site, that is, Malky. Right, so we're going to move on now to the next site on the list, which is Primrose Valley, which is pretty much just this next place, just a bit further along the coast here. So we are battling a bit of wind, as you can see. It is blowing a slight westerly. So this place we're coming over now is called Hunmanby Gap. Hunmanby Gap, small little place, a few houses. Again, it's worth showing. Nah, it's a little place, isn't it? Ah, 2 streets. And a car park at the side of it that takes you down. What looks like it takes you down to the bottom of the cliffs. Oh, there's a beach cafe there, that's why, yeah. So now, guys, we're coming up to Filey. So the first thing we'll show you before we get down over to the campsite, Filey's small, guys, this part of Filey. Oh, not in Filey. This is actually Primrose Valley. I do apologise, guys. I've actually been here once, but I can't remember it, to be honest. But I've been here and visited this Haven site once. So again, this is another Haven site. As you can see, it looks quite compact. They are quite spread out. Most of the Haven sites, they're not quite as cramped as you would imagine. I do remember this bit down here because I remember sitting outside and having a drink at this pub here, and I think we had a caravan, a mobile home, pretty much bang opposite the actual where the left wingtip is. We had one around here somewhere because I remember it being really close to the centre. That's the only thing I remember about it. I remember about it having a half decent pub. But yes, I mean, look, you see how big it is. The site's massive. Primrose Valley. So we'll keep on going, and now we're going to come across Filey. Now Filey, we have been to Filey before. In fact, I remember parking in Filey being an absolute nightmare. I had to park. See, so if you go to my left wingtip, or where my nose is now, I had to park on that street. So where my nose is there, I had to park on that street there. Now, what I didn't realise is there was a car park on that left wingtip that I was able to park in. Now, the reason why I parked on a side street which yeah, I probably shouldn't have done as a tourist, is because down here in Filey, I parked in this car park, couldn't get a reception on my phone to be able to pay for my parking. And then on the hill coming down here, I parked down here as well, and I had exactly the same problem. I wasn't able to get a connection on my phone. So let me just say to you what I do like about Filey. There's not a lot at Filey, but I'll tell you what, this bit down here, where my nose is right now, there, I had some chips there, and some ice creams, and it's the biggest ice creams I've ever had. Was at a stall down there. The kids loved them, and we had some chips, and the prices were actually reasonable. And I also filmed some tractors down there as well. So another little story about this place. So this is a campsite up here, and the long stay car park. So my wife and son, in their wise wisdom, decided that they were going to walk back to the Blue Dolphin, which is a campsite we stayed at. Now down in Farley, the weather was okay, but as soon as you got up here, it was seriously windy. But they wanted to do the walk back, so I said to them, that's okay, I'll drop you off and I'll meet you back at the Blue Dolphin. They got halfway and they were ringing me up to come and pick them up. They couldn't do it. It was so windy up here, and they weren't prepared with the right clothes. So I had to go back and fetch them. They were really disappointed, but yeah, they couldn't do it. And once they started walking, they realised it isn't that far. If you look, it's only a couple of miles. But the weather was just terrible. We had a good day in Scarborough, but I think we went on a weekend when there was a massive storm, and yeah, we got the caravan at a reasonable price. I won't say it was the cheapest we've ever had, but we had a beautiful caravan. I can't complain about, you know, the caravan for us was perfect. I did a video on Blue Dolphin, so if you want to check out my Haven playlist, you'll find that is on there, the Blue Dolphin, which is this one here that we're coming up to now. So I did a couple of videos. So I did a bit of a walk around here, and we did like a wind video where we were getting blown by the wind. We was actually on that right wingtip, stood down this field here, and the wind, it was so vicious. So guys, this is the Blue Dolphin site, and the entrance to it is actually here. So it's, if I spin it around and show you, so the entrance to the campsite is actually there. As you come up this lane from the main road, roundabout, you enter into the Blue Dolphin here. And our caravan, we had to come back out, get back onto the road, and we had a caravan right down the other side of the site. But they put us in a luxury caravan, and it was absolutely beautiful. I'll show it you now. So we were in this little section here, that pond that's on a farmer's field. But yeah, we were down there. It was beautiful. So let's keep going, guys. So the next place we're coming up to is Reighton Bay. So we've got Reighton Bay, and then we've got Osgodby. Osgodby. So this is Reighton Bay, which is again, it's another site, which is on the left here. That's another campsite. Along with Cliff Farm. That little section there is Cliff Farm campsite, which looks like a nice little site, that does. So if the owners of Cliff Barn are watching this and they would like to invite us along, Cliff Farm Caravan Park, I'd be more than happy to come and visit you. Right, so now this here, guys, is the Filey Road Park and Ride. Big park and ride for Scarborough. Now Scarborough is a big place. Definitely should be on everyone's places to visit. It's definitely worth coming here and having a walk around. Now before I take you fully into this area, what I'd like to do is take you up to Oliver's Mount. So for those of you who don't know what Oliver's Mount is a big hill in Scarborough. And what it's famous for is a racetrack. Oliver's Mount is a public road. You can get in your car when there's no races on, and you can drive around the circuit, or motorbike around the circuit. But it is actually a circuit, and the vehicles here go at immense speed. So basically, if you watch the Isle of Man TT, you'll know what I'm talking about. So my advice to you is go on YouTube and check out Oliver's Mount Racing. Just put in Oliver's Mount Racing, put Michael Dunlop or Dunlop, and just have a look, guys, because I tell you now, you've never seen anything like the speeds that they're going around this track at. Is unbelievable. So basically, you wind up these roads here at the side, and the start is down there somewhere. And you do this right hand, then a left here, and then you come all the way along the banking here, and basically you wind your way around this circuit here, and then you go down the hill, and the start and finish straight is down there, down at the bottom. Don't think my camera's going to be able, this is going to be able to show you where it is because there's too much tree cover. Basically, the circuit winds its way down there. It makes a sharp bank in there. Then you end up back along here. The start finish straight is actually down this hill here. Oh, you can see it. It's there. So yeah, I've got a YouTube video on Oliver's Mount where we went around the track, and that is also worth checking out, guys. So let's head over to the main part of Scarborough now. So what we'll do, guys, is we're going to go over past the Scarborough Spa, which is down this hill here, up Scarborough Beach, try and slow it down a little bit. So the Scarborough Spar's down that hill there. You can see that building there. Basically, that's the on the left wing tip. That's the Scarborough Spar. As you're coming along to it. Then we've got Scarborough Beach. Spar's about there on the left wing tip now. With gardens that you can walk down to get to the bottom. And then you've got the seafront here. And then the harbour. Which is well worth a visit. And then you've got Scarborough Castle ruins. Can you imagine what that would have been like with a massive castle on top of it? Can you just imagine? I can only imagine what it would have been like. The spectacle would have been absolutely amazing. We'll follow it all the way around, guys. Coming quite low, shall we? Oh, let's get some speed up. Bank it back over the hill. And then back over the city centre. There's an old Doctor Who style TARDIS down there at the seafront. It's worth looking at if you're ever in Scarborough. Right, so let's head back over the city. Or town. I think it's a city or town, Scarborough. It looks like the size of a city, but I don't know. Right. We'll carry on going, guys, and get over the cricket club. There's Scarborough Cricket Club, which is actually quite big. I realise how big it is when you see it from that angle. Right, so now we're going to go past the golf club at Scarborough here. There's a few cafes down this side. We're going to have to make his way along here, guys. We're going to go along the Cleveland Way now. Go over the cliff top, and we're going to make his way all the way along the Cleveland Way. Past the Long Nab Birds Observatory, which is on a little bit that sticks out just up here. As you'll see as we get closer to it. Just check my footage and make sure that while we're buzzing along that the quality is good enough. Yep, so far it's so good. That's what we like to see. So yeah, guys, this is here is where the bird observatory is, along that bird observatory. It's basically on this bit that sticks out here. And it's on there, it's a little building lot, you see. Worth a visit, guys. Keep going. Then we've got the Hayburn White waterfall, which is a bit ahead of us here. Try and climb up just a little bit. I'm not 100% sure where this waterfall actually is, but I think it's around here somewhere, but I can't be 100% sure on it. I think it's in this dip down here. I think it's in this dip here, guys. And I've got no idea how big it is. But it is down there. If I'm sure of it, because there's a farm right next to it, and that is the same farm. We've got a bit of a way to go till we get to Raven's car now, guys. And so the next big landmark that we're looking at for, well, big place is Robin Hood Bay. Which, well, it's not big, but it's a basically Robin Hood Bay is a little place, a little village that you can visit with a beautiful little bay area, and it's got a museum at the bottom of the village, and the old Coast Guard station as well as. Is here, part of the National Trust, so if you're in the area it's well worth a visit, and it also has a beach, which I'd recommend as well. If you want something to eat or anything like that, there's a place called the Tea, Toast and Post, which is a top-rated little cafe. 222 TripAdvisor reviews, 4.7 out of 5. So, yeah, it's good reviews. And it's, you know, it's a small place. It's a smuggler. It's like basically Smuggler's Cove. So it's got a pub, a couple of pubs, fish and chip shop to visit, and cafes and things like that. But I was telling the subscriber just a few weeks ago on the channel that, well, it would have actually been, ironically, it was today I commented on the post, but obviously you're seeing this in the weeks in the future. And when I was, it would have been a while ago now, but our son was about 3 years old, or 2, might have been 2, and we visited Robin Hood Bay, and we went down the hill. We took our pushchair with us. We got to the bottom of the hill, and the day was not very nice, so we had some rain. It was a bit wet, and when we got there, Lewis had we decided we were going to get Lewis an ice cream, so we bought him an ice cream, and we sat down on the beach and we had his ice cream. Anyway, coming back up the hill, Lewis did not want to get out of his pushchair at all. There were no way I was pushing him up that hill in his pushchair. He screamed and cried all the way up that hill, and I'll never forget it. So that's my recollection of Robin Hood Bay. Was the tantrum that Lewis had trying to get him up the hill. So yeah, Robin Hood Bay's shown in a bit of a strange way here, fortunately. It's kind of ruins the spectacle a little bit. But you get to the bottom of the hill here, and then it's like a steep walk up out the village. But yeah, you can see, I mean, the pictures don't do it justice, guys, so you really need to go on online and have a look at the photos of Robin Hood Bay. Definitely recommend visiting. Right, guys, so what we're going to do now is we're going to move straight on. And up here there's a few campsites dotted about, little farms with tent pitches. In fact, there's one there on the left hand side. we're going to carry on going. We're going to go past Northcliffe and Seaview holiday parks. It's not all about showing you the big site, haven sites. It's definitely worth showing you some of the smaller places. So this is one of the smaller sites. So this one, guys, the one I've just told you about, which is Seaview, Northcliffe and Seaview holiday park. So I'm guessing that's Northcliffe, I'm guessing that's Seaview. Small and quaint. Do you like look at them? Do you like look at that site? It's tiny. Just don't get to see the sea from there. By the looks of it, or maybe you do. Don't quote me on that, guys, because I can't say for sure. We are getting close to Whitby now. Try and slow it down a bit. So, guys, we've got Whitby Abbey and Church of St Mary ahead of us here, as we are getting into Whitby now. Not quite there yet. We've got looks like we've got a campsite in front of us, which I'm not sure what that is. That guy's that one. Oh, it's next to the road though, so I'm not 100% sure. We have one here as well. So this one, guys, is Whitby Holiday Park. Whitby Holiday Park. And Stoop Cross, which is that one there, which is Stoop Cross Farm Caravan site. Now that looks a beautiful, small, little set-up site. In fact, both of them do. Alright, that to me, that is a perfect location, that is. For Whitby, absolutely perfect. Super Cross. So, guys, if you book this site, if you book Stoop Cross Farm Caravan site, if you can, or Whitby, make sure that you tell them that you've got your information off YouTube, off me, that you've seen the site. So, tell you what, guys, looking at this as we go past, I mean, they're calling that Saltwick Bay on there. I think the area is called Saltwick Bay, to be honest. But yeah, it's a lovely little site, that is. So that's Whitby Holiday Park below us, guys. Whitby Holiday Park. A good spot. Right, let's carry on then. So you can see how close we are to the top end of Whitby. Not far at all. Alright. So now in front of us, guys, we have Whitby Abbey, which is where the, see it here, it's this basically here. The images don't really do that justice. You can see the outlines of the Abbey there, look. And then you've got the Church of St Mary. Now that does look rather magnificent. That angle. Well, I'm going to do this super angle because I really want to show you this. Oh, let's get me. So you can see the Abbey ruins. See the Abbey ruins there. Okay, so guys, let's get. So I know you can walk up from the church. There's some steep steps, and obviously you can walk up from the church into the town centre. I think when I visited, I parked in train station car park down here somewhere. I parked in town anyway, and I can't remember exactly where. But we went to the best fish and chip restaurant, which will be argued by a lot of people on here. We thought it was anyway, Magpies. We got there at 11:45 in the morning and were able to get a table. There's a lot of really good fish and chip restaurants in Whitby. I'm not going to lie to you. So there's lots of places you pick from. Lots of places, but that's where we went to anyway. Definitely worthy of a visit, I would say. So let's have a little run. Little run up to Whitby Centre. That's the church. Let's follow the river through, shall we? So yeah, guys, if you're in the area, like Whitby is a must. It's a must. And there's lots of places that do really good fish and chips. So yeah, definitely come and visit. It's a must, and it's well worth a visit, guys. So we'll follow the river up. Okay guys, so we're going to make a landing soon. We're now leaving Whitby and the 199 steps, which is what takes you up to the church. We're going to attempt to make a landing, guys. So I think what I'm going to do here... No, I don't want to do that. On that active pause. What I do? Shut that off. So you got Whitby in the background there, guys. So let's have a quick get our I can't actually remember which one we're landing at. We are quite some way from you guys, so it's trying to take us in at some strange angle. Well, I'll attempt to follow the pattern entry for landing anyway. But, I think we can cheat it just slightly, guys, to be honest. I don't think we need to come in at this rigorous angle. He's trying to get me to come in. But yeah, so we're getting to the end of it now, guys. But if you want to watch the landing, that's absolutely awesome. And if you've stuck with me for this long, then I massively appreciate it. I know these videos can be super long, but it's massively appreciated. Well, we are continuing our flight up, so we're going to do in the next episode, guys, we're going to continue, we're going to check out Middlesbrough, and we're going to go to Hartlepool and Sunderland, and I'm probably going to land around there. I don't know if I'm going to make it all the way up to Newcastle. Might do Newcastle in there, I don't know yet, guys, but we'll basically get up to Middlesbrough and Hartlepool. I'll have to have a look, guys, and see. Too difficult. It's too difficult to say right now whether or not I can get further up. It'd certainly be nice to show you Newcastle. So yeah, let's try and make this landing now. Hopefully it not be too difficult. We are only landing on a field. What's said? Max concentration needed. Oh, it's nice, the guys getting this right. My plane, as you can see, has got a bit of a drift on it. Should be good. That's it, guys. We have done it. Now that, guys, was a perfect landing. Absolutely perfect. So, thank you very much for watching this episode. I do appreciate the time that you've taken to sit and go through it all with me, if you've made it this far. Please remember to give the video a like and subscribe. And if you've got friends who are into this sort of stuff, like seeing the landscapes of places they might be going on holiday or vacation, then please, send them the link and so they can watch it. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you again soon for more. Thank you very much, and goodbye.